salsa. Okay, here we go. Good afternoon. Meteorologist Melissa Thomas coming at you live on Facebook. Just going to have a little bit of a tea time chat and some weather. Won't be too short, won't be too long. And just kidding, this is coffee because I need a bigger punch than tea. I'm going to look at the comments for a little bit just to make sure everybody's hearing me okay. I tested all the sounds prior to this. Everything looked like it was good. But let me know if you can't hear me or if there's anything up with the sound. I can see your comments right here. And at the end of my little conversation about the weather, I will not forget my question and answer portion of this Facebook Live. So with that, let me just take a sip of my coffee, check my comments. Everybody hear me okay? We doing good on sound? I'm thinking so. Nobody's saying I can't hear you yet, and that's the first thing someone will comment is if there is a sound issue. So let's jump right into it. Want to keep it not on the too short end, not on the too long end. After all, this is just a little afternoon chat. I haven't done too many lives because, well, the weather has been calm and nice, so not complaining there. Jumping on today, so you guys don't forget what I sound like. And with that, what I'm going to do is actually do a little brief synopsis on what we're looking at in the tropics and our local weather. The short of it, real quick, if you're just wanting to zoom in and see what's up weather-wise, what to expect here shortly, and then move on with the day, skip the chat and looking at data with me. Long and short is we can expect rain chances tomorrow night leading into Saturday. We're going to lose this ridging that we have that is allowed for dry air, sunshine, no storms and showers popping up with the sea breeze each afternoon, just a little too dry for that. Those chances are going to return on Saturday. Small possibility a storm or two could get strong as the dynamics that are supporting the extra rain showers move in on Saturday, could also support an isolated severe thunderstorm or two, and that's damaging wind gusts, low tornado threat, more so just with all of the drier air in the mid levels. That dry air could help shove rising air back down and create those damaging wind gusts in a storm or two that could form on Saturday. Very low though, just something to keep an eye on. Watch, keep weather over air on Saturday, check your radars, keep checking in. Just likely going to be some showers, more showers around, and some thunderstorms on Saturday after another dry, sunny day tomorrow. Highs in the upper 80s, lower 90s for your coastal to your inland areas to end the week into the weekend, and as well as our morning lows in the low to mid 70s generally across the Panhandle. Tropics are quiet, and tropics are still going to be quiet for at least another week. There are signals that have been conducive for some formations in the Gulf mid-June to late June. The timing of that has been swinging, but for now, currently, there is nothing in the tropics to be concerned about, but they bear watching across the next week into the week of June 14th, 15th, 18th, into the 20th. Told you the timing is swinging with these signals. For right now, though, still calm, still quiet, bears watching moving into the rest of June. There is a chance for some low pressures to develop and try to become storms. That's the long and the short of it. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into talking about all of that in a little more detail. That was the long and short for people that just want to get the info and get on their way. Pulling up first, we're going to start with the National Hurricane Center. They're not expecting any tropical cyclone activity in the next 48 hours or the next 5 days. That is good news. We're going to stay quiet, and hopefully if we stay quiet for a long period and stretch, I'll get on here a little bit more often so you don't forget what I sound like, even with calm weather and nothing to talk about. There's the satellite. Still plenty of dusty air across the Atlantic, dusty, dry air. That's the coming off of Africa right there. And that is always good to prohibit the organization of storms. All of these scattered showers and storms across what is called the ITZC, Intercontinental Convergence Zone. When there is dynamics conducive for hurricanes to try and form, they'll usually pick spots in here called seeds, and those areas could form into a storm and then move across the Atlantic approaching the U.S. But right now, still dry, still stable. What we have been monitoring is model guidance and signaling that across mid-June later on, there may be some formation attempting in this area, in the southwestern Caribbean, and or the Bay of Campeche. Those two areas may try and develop a storm mid-June onward, and that will swing north. Cannot tell you exactly where north that will swing, whether it'll be northeast, northwest. Does Texas need to worry? Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, or us? Too far out to even try and speculate on that. All we can say now, and I'll show you in just a minute, is that the models are picking up on some activity trying to form in that general time or in that area in the next week or two. Now, you may have seen some of these models already popping up across the internet showing June 14th, 15th, and 16th, and here's that low pressure, and it's there in the Gulf, and it's moving this way, and that the models are picking up and they're trending on this happening. Every single one of those runs you may have run across is not even going to be close to probably what happens. And what we can raise an eyebrow at, though, is that multiple models are picking up on something that may form somewhere at some strength. So that does bear eyebrow raising and would hopefully encourage all of us to keep a continued eye on the tropics moving into the next couple of weeks, because models are picking up on something trying to get going. But that's no surprise. It's hurricane season. We totally expect some storms to start to move across the rest of the entire hurricane season. So models picking up on storms, it's not going to be a surprise, and it's going to happen every so often moving through hurricane season. What we want to watch and continue to watch is trends, and not only trends, more importantly, what we have up here, satellite. What's actually going on down there? What are our current conditions? And if anything does try to form, that's when it's going to be really important to stay updated daily and consider your hurricane plans and what you would do moving into a formed storm timelines from there. And the closer we get to being able to give more details on where it could possibly land, when it could possibly land, and at what strength it could possibly land. All these models that you're showing, storms forming a couple of weeks from now or a week from now, they're not going to be able to tell you when, where, or how strong at all, not even close. So what we're going to do is we'll leave it at that. As far as the satellite goes, current conditions, we've got some scattered storms and convection across the Atlantic into the southwestern Caribbean and the Gulf. We are under ridging, right there where my mouse is moving. That ridging is helping keep these storms to our northwest and us dry and sunny. And that'll break down a little bit later in the next couple of days and allow for some showers and storms to move in. We'll check that in just a second. First, I talked a lot about models, and who doesn't like to actually look at said models, though? So before we wrap up the tropic talk, we'll talk about some of the models and what they've been showing. One thing I want to note, too, is that when we move through this is relative humidity through the different layers, browns being dry air, blues being more moist air. And as we move through the next couple of days, I'm going to point out why our weather locally will change and allow for some more storms to move in on Saturday. Notice the modeling right here, and it's pretty close to how dry we are. Today, we are rather dry, as noticeable by the browns and whites. So no showers or rain activity today. As we move across into the weekend, this is moving through Friday. We're moving into Saturday now. Notice those blues enter our territory in the Florida Panhandle. So that's going to allow for the development of showers and storms to tap into moisture and rain down on some communities this weekend. We'll look at the possible model runs in a second with that as well. But continuing on the tropic talks, if we move through, here we go, we're moving through. This is Monday of next week. We're still looking good. Got some waves, some atmospheric waves across the Atlantic. Now, let me back it up. 2 seconds, actually. Back it up to right now. Notice that as we move through the next couple of days, still relatively dry in the Bay of Campeche. As we move through the timeline out about a week, we're in fantasy land right here. This is way too far to place your bets or put money on. But notice that the models pick up on the Bay of Campeche getting a lot more moist right in this area. Look at all the blues that have moved in. And with some other dynamics that will be conducive for an organizing storm, here is one of those model guidance storms that the model suggests a storm could take advantage of the moist air in the Bay of Campeche, other dynamics involved, supportive for a forming cyclone. And it suggests that cyclone would zoom up into the Texas area. Now, notice this date right here where my mouse is. This would be valid Wednesday, June 23rd. I want to note something to everybody. A lot of the models that have been popping up lately for the storms in the Gulf, and oh, they're coming, they're going to be next week, they were averaging, they were trending for 14, 15, and 16. Well, now the model guidance is trending that something somewhere may form a few days after that in the 18, 19, 20. This is 23rd. So even the models, while suggesting something could happen, are still swinging and not something to really get super worried about when it comes to tropical weather. We are calm for now. We are going to be calm for a while. There is a tendency towards the models pushing something or producing something forming later in June, but we will start to closely monitor that as soon as it actually really starts to happen, or we're in a closer time frame that we can trust the model trends in a smaller time frame window. Anything beyond 3 days, 4 days, 5, 6, and 7, once you get it out a week, it's not even worth stressing yourself over. That is the GFS model that was running that. And we, just for thoroughness, I'll show you the Euro model. As far as our local weather goes as well, to touch on it while I have this model up, we are nice and calm because we are under a ridge, which is the red color here. There's that ridging. And across the next couple of days, that ridging is going to break down, travel to our west a little bit. This is moving into Saturday, so we're going to be under a trough by Saturday. That's what's going to allow some more moisture to enter the panhandle and more favorable dynamics for showers and thunderstorms on Friday night into Saturday. And those shower chances and storm chances will linger into Sunday and Monday. But Saturday is going to be the most favorable day for any storm that does enter the panhandle to possibly become severe thunderstorm warned. It's going to be Saturday. And then we keep the chances for showers and thunderstorms moving into Sunday and Monday because of this pattern right here, this weather pattern that will shift from the ridging that is over us now. That's going to move further to our west and bring a trough over us and help form some more showers and possibly some strong thunderstorms. And to wrap up the tropics talk, this is the Euro. We looked at the GFS early. So the Euro also wants something to form. There's that little formation that traveled up from the Gulf, approaching more towards the Texas-Louisiana border. Now, I want to highlight once more, this is June 20th. This is Fantasyland. This is not likely the exact case that will happen. The reason I bring it up is just to show that, yes, there's a trend across multiple models that something somewhere at some strength wants to form. And these trends have even shifted a little bit in their date that it wants to happen from about mid-June, 15, 16, 18, now getting a little bit into later June, seeing 19, 20, 21, 22. So all that these models at this point you should be taking from them is that we need to keep watching the tropics, stay updated. Right now we are calm, we have nothing to worry about, but we want to just stay updated daily and make sure if any more concerning trends start to take place, we will already have our eyes on it, talking about it when it does. To wrap up, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the local weather. I know Anne is worried about this weekend. I would say this weekend's probably not going to be too shabby, Anne. There is a chance a thunderstorm could become strong. It bears watching and staying weather aware this weekend, but it's not a widespread, significant severe weather threat. This is on the low end, just that it could happen, and it bears paying attention to and remaining weather aware. So first, let's look at the current radar. We have that ridging over us is keeping those current showers and storms to our northwest near Troy, Alabama, Crestview and Okaloosa, Pensacola. Notice that they're in that line right there and not really making it any further west or south, or east. I'm a little dyslexic, bear with me. Making their way a little bit further east or south because we have stable air over us, a little bit of high pressure in the Gulf, northeast Gulf, creating ridging over us and keeping our area, the Panhandle, free of the showers and storms. So just our neighbors to the northwest and far northwestern Okaloosa into our Alabama neighbors have the showers and storms for today. Now, looking at the future model run, the NAM, I think, is a pretty good model to explain or give you an idea of what the weekend could look like. So here is what we are looking like right now, which is relatively close. The model has an okay idea of the atmosphere, most of the precipitation to our north and west. And as we move through Friday, still going to be a nice day tomorrow, still going to be calm. And then Friday nights, this is going into Saturday morning. This is 10 a.m. Saturday morning. Let me make sure. Yep, 10 a.m. Saturday morning. So Late Friday night, very stray chances. Early Saturday morning, stray chances. And then through Saturday afternoon, notice how all of those precipitations drifted south across the Panhandle into the Gulf. We're going to see the trough that moves through bring these showers and storms from our northwest, north, down to south, through the Panhandle. And it may stall. The boundary responsible for the showers and storms that dip south across the Panhandle, this is Saturday night into Sunday morning, may linger, and that's what's going to help keep the chances for showers and thunderstorms Sunday through Monday. But as this system, as this boundary dips south, Saturday is when we will see the most chance for a storm or two to become strong and or severe thunderstorm warned. You may hear Tornada in the background. She's saying hi. Saturday, as this boundary dips south, is when we'll most likely see the possibility of a storm becoming strong, and that's because of all the dry air in the area. When you mix the dry air and the moisture, and if that dry air in the middle layers of the atmosphere, that really helps the moist, warm air to rise up really fast, and then could also help push it down really fast in damaging wind gust style severe thunderstorms. And hopefully we don't get too strong thunderstorms around, and what we do get is a good soaking for many more communities that have been waiting for the rain. And that's my little weather talk today, so you guys don't forget what I sound like. I know I post pictures, so you know what I look like, but with all this calm weather, I haven't had a really major reason to jump on and go live. So I just wanted to say hi today, help everybody not forget what I sound like. And before I wrap up, I will not forget question and answer time. If you have any questions, I will answer. Let's make sure nobody has asked any questions. I think I covered the weekend for you, Anne. Saturday is going to be the day you want to pay attention. Isolated strong thunderstorm could form, but it's not widespread or a major threat. Just bears watching, because a storm that does swoop south Saturday across the Panhandle and into the weekend has this chance to tap into some dry air and become strong, possibly severe thunderstorm warned. But just remain weather aware type situation, not a major or high-end threat. Just the chances there for one to go strong. I'm not seeing too many questions, so I'll probably wrap up here in just a second. Let's see. I don't know how brave I want to be. Show. Come here. All right. I know you guys love weather pet Tornada. I'll let Tornada say hi before we log off. Are you going to give the weather? Please don't throw my stuff over. She's going to throw the whole thing over. You're going to see all of us go sideways. All right. I'll let you down. Say hi. Say hi to your people. They love you. Okay, guys. I'm going to go ahead and log off. Thanks for watching. Hopefully it wasn't too long. And I will catch you the next time I go live. If we continue to have calm weather, I'll try to just pop on for a little bit of tea time and a weather chat, regardless of calm conditions or not. Bye.